يا الطارش يلم عنا خط بكتابك بترحيبه لو سرابك ليلك وجنة بالدجا في الليل تسريبه
واسأل عنا له المنة قل علامات انت تدريبه مدعيكم غايب عنا والحكم ميوز في الغيبة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين، ثم ما بعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. Brother Munzir, how are you doing?
كيف حالك يا عبد الرحمن?
Alhamdulillah,
Why
تمام
not tell
تمام.
us what are we doing right now and what is this?
So today we gathered to, get few shots on the introduction of our new YouTube channel called the Cozy Cast. Here we are planning to have a good podcast or a discussion with the cozy feeling, where we will be discussing on few serious issues of society and other philosophical things which we generally have behind the camera, and many people told us that they love to listen to us. So we are gonna discuss more about this. But can you tell what are the other technicalities?
Yeah, I mean, you said that's a good thing because you and I, people know already, a lot of us know, the friend group know. It's not only you and I, like all of us usually, we have a lot of conversations that are
Yep,
deep
yep,
conversations. And sometimes even you would mention and other brothers that we know, they're like, that's a good point to talk about in the
in a
podcast, you know?
podcast. Yeah.
And then we were like, you know what, why not actually have a podcast, which is yani, in a cozy environment, that dimmed light and stuff. But make no mistakes. The topics are going to be
Serious.
serious. But again, the things we're gonna talk about usually and mostly is like da'wah related stuff. Like these
Yes.
things mostly want to keep it like Islamic, but we're gonna give Islamic perspective in things that might not be usually Islamic. Our Islamic view, but we're not scholars.
True.
So it's like we're not gonna give rulings and stuff like that. But giving the perspective of as a Muslim, and it's important that we have like we have researches backed, we have observation at least, or some type of evidence that we could use. Because if you look at a lot of the friends groups that we have right now, and a lot of the friends, usually it's all about short talks and small talks, and
Yep.
again, I don't personally see a lot of benefit in it, except in certain places. Except in
Yes,
certain
yes.
places. But we have brothers and sisters and cousins and friends where when they meet each other, all they talk about is, how are you doing?
Football and
Good,
everything.
this. And then the other extreme, which is what you're mentioning now, is the football. Like, for example,
For example, don't get
yeah,
offended.
yeah. This, for example, they would sit in one sitting for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, from night until Fajr, just talking about this football player. So I think all of these are not beneficial. That's
Yep.
why, if you ask one of these people after this conversation, what did you gain? What do you think the response will be?
Well, like, I don't know, but I had fun.
Yeah, it's like, but subhanallah, may Allah protect us. When we have our conversations, I feel like if someone actually sat with us,
Not someone, many people would
yeah,
benefit
and then you ask them, like, what did you benefit? They're like,
a lot.
a lot. And you'll be surprised that sometimes, and that's funny thing, is I benefit in that thing from myself sometimes, and
Mhm.
from you, and from others,
From your own conversation
from
at
my own
times.
conversation.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
connect few points together
yeah,
and
I'm
you're
like,
like,
man,
wow, I
I
didn't
didn't
think.
think about that.
I knew this, but I didn't think
I
about
didn't think
this.
about it.
Exactly.
And then how else could this information that already you had would have come out if you didn't have these deep conversations?
True, very true.
That's why I believe like these deep conversation and all of these things are a way to develop your brain, way to make it better, make yourself smarter. So this is basically the idea of CozyCast.
Yes.
Unless you have anything to add, then this is basically the idea of CozyCast. We're gonna obviously improve the setting as we go forward, the production and everything else, but we just wanted to begin somewhere because many
Yes.
people you know
Yeah.
best about that, no
Yeah.
offense, yeah.
Because many people have watched us before talking on my own YouTube channel, Biffy Talks. You could laugh. So where people loved our conversations already, and they wanted us to talk more and for longer time. And talking about that, when Munzer told we'll be talking on Islamic topics, it will be Islamic topics, but it doesn't mean that we are scholars. So whatever any beneficial knowledge or point you're going to gain from this, go back to your scholars, check it out, verify it before you apply it. It's not only for Islam, but any philosophy or any religion or anything we discuss, every entertainment platform or any platform or any other person should be a source between you and the direct source. You don't take any half-cooked stuff and then get
And that's
yourself.
why, I think it's important when we add our points is we have
Yes,
evidences for it
true.
as
Also,
much as we can, because
exactly.
I think even when we talk in general, again, when you and I are talking privately, the responsibility is less. But now when, we decided that, we're gonna showcase it for the benefit of the ummah
Exactly.
and as much as we can, then we have to be careful what
Yes.
information we say and what things we do, and inshallah we'll have guests. This is only the introduction
Yep.
of the cozy cast and what the idea of it, but we're gonna have good brothers that we know from our own friend group, and we will try our best again to, as if there is no cameras, as if there is no lights, what we usually have,
Yeah.
we just capture it. This is the idea of the cozy cast. Yeah.
Yep. And also the point you were mentioning, people don't have these easy conversations, or I mean the deep conversations. It's not easy for many people. But in today's generation, it's very important because you know why? The intellectual discussions nowadays are not discussed in a book. And not only that, I was thinking one more point. People used to sit, teenagers and children used to sit with their elders and adults and old people. And that's where they used to get their philosophy of life and how to live life. But people are disconnected from the old people
Yeah.
and they have the all useless content to consume, but no beneficial source to, actually get benefited from
Yeah.
in terms of their own life or anything. But when we as a youth, if we are gonna take this as a responsibility and gonna discuss this, it's a big initiative. Alhamdulillah, may Allah give us barakah in this and make it
Yeah.
sadaqah jariyah and
Mm.
beneficial for even any viewers or you personally if you're listening to us. And also in today's generation, when we realize it's TikTok brains, people can't watch a video more than 1 minute. It again, if it doesn't have a hook, even if that doesn't have a hook, people are gonna scroll that
Yes.
1 minute video as well. So let's see how
And it's
we're
funny
gonna.
because I mentioned that before is
Yep,
yani, this is a way to limit knowledge.
true.
It's almost like an indirect way to limit knowledge to make, because when you want to learn something, it takes time.
Exactly.
You have to listen and read, and it takes hours and so. But then people want to feed people fake information if they want to, propagandas and whatnot, in form of 50-second videos, 10-second videos, and then they know these people will not check. And actually it's funny, I know but it's very important is if when you look at a lot of these videos against Islam and whatnot, you will see that all you have to do is just go back to the source
Exactly.
and like literally check behind their tracks,
Hmm.
and you will see that it's bogus, but they know people won't do that,
Yep.
and so this is something, and then to conclude, unless you want to have anything else, is whatever mistakes we do is from
Yes.
us and from the shaitan. Like we try our best to represent Islam and everything, but know that every mistake or any mistake that we do, which we will do, no
Sure.
doubt,
Yes.
it's from the shaitan and not from.
Not purposefully, but by
Yeah,
mistakenly.
it's from the shaitan and not. And everything that we say which is good, it's from Allah Azza wa Jal.
Yep.
Anything to add?
Nothing much. Stay excited. Stay tuned.
inshallah. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
مناق العلامات انت تدريبه مدعيكم غايب عنا والحكم ميوز في الغيبة. ينبغي الإنسان يتأنى ويحكم بأحكام مصيبة. لا تحس بالحيف ذا منا النصف ناخذ ونعطيبه. سوي يميل وبلغه عنا بالسلام وألف ترحيب.
طيب يا الطارش يلم عنا خط بكتابك بترحيبه.
لو سرابك ليلك وجنة
بالدجا في الليل